Okay, there is a atomic physics, atmospheric physics and photochemistry laboratory. And we, together with the laboratory of Yanis, we are in some way representing in this our bottom-up initiative, specialization, smart specialization for Latvia and possibly Pan-Baltics, which is said always, and it was mentioned today as well, that it's photonics, quantum sciences, space sciences, and related technologies. We are in this part of quantum sciences. The title and name of the laboratory of Yanis is exactly quantum optics. My laboratory is more general name, but we are dealing with all these issues. That's one. Another why we have now, we're counting about more close to 35 colleagues together, because Aigas Ekers left us, and step by step colleagues who decided they will stay and work together come to our laboratory, and we are in really strong coherence with various ideas, visions and instrumentation, and have also some joint interest to use instrumentation. And when we are looking to key persons there, one was there was already told about Griba, about ion beam instrumentation and so on. I should pay tribute to Uvis Bezinch, because if he wasn't ready to be as a repatriated person, we never started communicate with Göteborg University, we never started to think about negative ions, and nothing will happen in this field, and we possibly will make something else, but not this. And it's really his great contribution, and now we have this very important and unique mobile ion beam, negative ion beam sources, which in some way could be moved around in Europe. And it seems for the first time such kind of instrument is developed. And mobility is already proved. We get it back from Göteborg in Riga, and now it's already running. And Arvind Saxena is a colleague from India. He's not here now. He is in some way very good coincidence. He is one who has a lot of basic knowledge how to go ahead with the basic part of research on negative ions. And of course, together with Uldis and Dag Hansdorf from Göteborg University, and also Yanis Kljavinch, and as a physicist more in theoretical side or more as this fundamental side, and on the technician part which are growing up, Yanis and Aigas with technical, sophisticated instrumentation and so on. Seems there will be a lot of new things done. Seems it's one of the more impressive contributions from Photonika LV. Other various contributions with various supporting from Photonika LV are our colleagues who are building this crystal growth instrumentation, and also colleagues who are repatriated and recruited, as Theodora and Artus are coming out, grown up with Aigas. A lot of people, they are students the last line. I made this presentation already in our institute seminar. I am not spend very much time, but I need to say that the project as such allowed us to keep together all this community, very motivated and very qualified personnel, and it seems it's some kind of critical mass which could not eliminate it or could not crash so easily. We made a lot of things together, and that will keep us together. Besides, when Yanis come from Hensch laboratory, we need to invite Hensch, and it's your duty, to our ending conference. You need to remind, to promise, that he promised to help Riga. We need to communicate, we need to discuss this very soon. when Yanis came, I said, okay, you could be follower in my lab and you can go ahead, and then the obstacles changes, laboratory quantum optics in some way emerged from our lab, and I am seeing eventually that potentially there are space and stuff as well for laboratory of ion beam, molecular beams, science and technologies, or something like that. And I see that eventually there is a laboratory for fiber optics and optical sensors. You listened already, Roman Witters, who made a lot of things in optical sensors and nanosensors and fiber optics linked together. And there is really only basic knowledge there and some expertise there that some labs and groups and structuring could go on with very demanded fields, and of course worldwide recognized as teams who are demanded partners in various consortia. Also, collaboration was stimulated very much during the project. Now, in some way, we are in close cooperation with Ventspils, with Chemical Physics Institute, with Solid State Physics Institute. Now we have more or less defined activities as well with groundworkers, and of course our activities towards research-driven small middle-sized enterprises, like Baltic Scientific Instruments, we store around about 5 million euros. With Zeta Light, we store around annually about 10 million euros. Key Photonics more by size, but with very advanced ideas, and Ventec is targeting to 1 million around. And those other, we are all together, and I got specifically already contributed with some success to SMS instrument. And there is a very promising project succeeded to win with assistance from us, and I got specifically for development of new instrumentations there with potential to around about 1 million, when next project stage and potential to around about 2 million, adding to this already strong capacities of this small middle-sized enterprise. It never had happened when there will be no such project with us. We are basing on a lot of previous expertise, and I already mentioned today that of course tellurium, which was my dream during my young years, and a lot of expertise and some publications about properties of tellurium and physics of tellurium atoms and molecules were made by my group there, and all this was there, all this medicine show is gross. And now in some way we are turning back on the next stage with this. There was also a lot of photochemistry and flash photolysis, which afterwards resulted in work for ozone layer photochemistry and simulation in labs. By the way, in 1994 we made a joint experiment about iodine ozone mixture flash photolysis, which essentially resulted in an ion oxygen dimmer, which never had seen before, but all this and we all together making this experiment together with colleagues in Bremen, we contributed to this. And by the way, there was a joke, who is defending his doctoral thesis in Latvia. They are saying, oh, one publication have only reference to abstract in the book, of conference book, and all this was confused, or it was not allowed to defend. And suddenly references appeared that some Nobel Prize winner was referring to this abstract. The commission had nothing to say. Yes, shortly also we intensified. We had already before a lot of communications, and we intensified, and then with these red points, our communication with colleagues outside Europe. We always were targeted, since Iron Curtain fell down, we were targeted to meet, to work together, and the first contact were with Sune Svalbard in 1990. Just a month after Iron Curtain fell down, I wrote to Sune and said, okay, I made publications in Physica Scripta, and you have publications also in Physica Scripta, and you made some theoretical calibration, we made measurements, and can we work together? And a few months later, all these persons were there already. It's such happens, and now you know, Sune Svanberg is honorary doctor at the university, and he assisted and helped us a lot. A lot of colleagues, including Yanis as well. We are basing on a lot of previous projects, expertise, and still in some way responsible what we have done before. And now we in some way can use this new capacity from this project to do what we need. We are still in one network, a network of atmospheric composition change. This was a project in 6 framework programs, so-called Networks of Excellences. We are partners there. Afterwards, there was a supposed that such networks of excellences never divorce, but communicate and continue in some way collaborate basing on their own resources. Of course, we have not so much resources, but we are still in this network and in some way having some obligations, and if we succeed to finalize this satellite validation station outdoors, then we will be definitely in network also demanding. Of course, we have this project Lakewood, and we are developed 3 new projects, international staff exchange project for biosensors for agriculture. And this natural atmosphere project is not, we are benefiting not by ourselves, but of course there is a lot contribution to colleagues in Institute of Astronomy, because a lot of secondaries which you are met now from Ukraine are coming via this project, and our colleagues visited Ukraine as well as visited Moscow, also basing on secondary visits from this project. And the final success was for us was this modification of calcium phosphates for biomaterials, and we are there. And it's also in some way due to our success with Photonika LV. You can see partnerships for nocturnal atmosphere. And now more intensive is going on with Ukraine, with Russia, not so much the people in Max Planck Institute. There is my former student, Yanis Putit, is there. Now, therefore, there is a contribution from them. This is the Department of Biosensors Agriculture, there is University of Linköping, as one of key partners, Institute in Montpellier University, and 2 universities in Ukraine, and National Academy of Sciences in Belarus. These colleagues in this institute are involved in 2 projects, in biomaterials, and in this one, National Academy of Sciences are there in Ukraine. This is a project raised by and led by Carlos Gross, repatriate from Australia as a Marie Curie fellow, but now he found us and want to work together because he has his skills about inductively coupled plasma, and we can contribute to his ideas how to modify materials. You will see this consortium where we are involved. Yes, we contributed directly with our knowledge, and we are now having capacity to develop further this instrumentation for measurement of iodine concentrations and sea level atmosphere. When you are adding bromine possibilities, iodine and bromine combined times, we must start to use. Then we can use this in flight and airplanes as an instrument for field measurements and field research. It's also this is crucial. This was possible to develop and now to propose for this due to our very early previous research on flash photolysis of tin or lead yodides, and we needed to develop lamps, and we had seen that we can we can create iodine atomic source which is needed for this instrument. There's this some examples of electron output plasma. And new project developments. We are Roman Litre is main promoter of this project. There is several, third time submitted once more. It was the last March of 18, and now it's submitted to Poland 2020 project. Possibly we are going to also to submit this project on this, and of course we contributed a lot to this framework project Photonic Balticum, and Roman tried to do something IST but failed, and then we are looking forward for SMEs instruments and to support instruments with small middle-sized enterprises. Besides, Arvin tried but failed to win Marie Curie Fellowship already for 2020. I am happy that we in community of Fotonika LV, we already have at least three newcomers competing for Marie Curie Fellowships. It's Theodora and Ilya tried, and I suppose that this experience put together will allow us to win some projects by ourselves. Somebody, or other issue is to attract Marie Curie Fellows to us. And Theodora, possibly there must be some people can come from Bulgaria as well. We need simply to look around and to offer to somebody to write together. It's simply we need to work very hard. This success rate is not so high. We are still pending application for this Teranet project, Russian EU partnership. And we are looking for two RISE projects. Its deadline is 28th of April. One is for ions, and other is for some